In this video, I'll be attempting to survive 100 days of hardcore Minecraft in Bedrock Edition. As someone who only plays Java, I'm really curious to explore the differences between the two versions. I'll also be using the new vibrant visuals, as well as building a super cozy base equipped with everything we need to survive. Alright, here we are in a brand new world, and check out this spawn. There's like a crazy mountain over there, and I also see a desert pyramid, which I definitely want to check out. I want to check out this pyramid, but look at this. There's a creeper guarding it. Okay, let's maybe try to go get some tools first. Alright, sweet. There's some trees over here, so you already know what time it is. Time to punch some wood. Got ourselves a few logs, so let's turn all of those into planks, and holy, wait, this crafting menu is so different than Java. What is going on right now? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's just go ahead and make a crafting table, and I guess I'll make a few sticks while I'm here. You know, why not? Alright, that's what I'm looking for, some wooden pickaxes. I just need one though. Okay, perfect. And there's a bunch of exposed stone over by this beautiful waterfall, so let's just go ahead, mine up a bit of cobblestone, and then we can make ourselves some better tools. I got a decent amount of cobble, but I also noticed there was a bit of coal here, so you know, might as well just grab that. Are you serious? Is it just one piece of coal? Alright, okay game. Oh no, all good. There's some more coal over here. Okay, I'm gonna grab this too. Back at our crafting table, let's go ahead and make ourselves a better pickaxe, and I'll also make a sword, an axe, and of course, a shovel. And you know what, I might as well just make a furnace while I'm here, you know, why not? But now that we're ever so slightly more geared up, let's go check out this temple. And I'm really hoping that creeper isn't around anymore. I'm not trying to get blown up right now. Okay, here's the creeper. Get out of here, creeper. Okay, oh, sorry, I was stressing. The mechanics in this version are a little bit different. Okay, any other bad guys in here? Okay, there is a spider. Get out of here, spider. Oh, I'm hearing scary noises. Owie. Get out of there. Okay, whew, we're good. All right, let's dig down. Try not to get blown up. That'd be perfect. Wait, what is this? It's glitched. Where's the bottom of this pyramid? There's nothing down here. Are you kidding me? Bedrock, more like bug rock. Alright, and I don't have any food, so this is actually kind of bad. Oh, maybe it just blew up already. Maybe that's what happened, but I don't know how that would happen. That is really weird. Oh, no way, and it's already getting dark. Is there any sheep around here so I can make a bed? It is not looking like it. Oh my goodness, why is this? Oh, get away from me, dude. Oh man, it is getting dark. I am scared. I'm actually getting scared. There's a million skeletons over there, and I know their aim is better in Bedrock. I have got to get out of here. Okay, you know what? This is kind of embarrassing, but I'm building myself a box and just hiding there throughout the night. I don't care, honestly. And yeah, hopefully I don't starve to death because I have absolutely zero food right now. It's finally the morning and I haven't starved to death. Please tell me there's no mobs out here. Okay, I think we're good. That was a pretty scuffed first night, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? We survived and that's what's important. No way, check this out. We already got a wandering trader. That's insane. Let's see, what trades do you have for us, Mr. Wandy T? It's not looking like anything too crazy, plus I don't even have any like materials right now, so I couldn't even trade if I wanted to. Well, I'll take a free lead though, that's sweet. I think we need to stop messing around with Mr. Wandering Trader and try to find some food. That is our top priority right now. Oh, finally, there's a cow over here. Come over here, Mr. Cow. I'm sorry, but it has to be done. And we already made a furnace earlier, so let's place that down, get our steak in there, as well as our coal. Snack time, oh yeah. Okay, now that we can finally sprint again, I think let's take a look around, try to find more food, maybe even a few sheep so we can get some wool, make a bed. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, no way, check out what I just spotted. There's a second desert pyramid down there. Do we even bother checking it out? We had such bad luck with that last one. You know what? I think we gotta redeem ourselves. And do you think I can make this jump? Let's try. I can make it! Oh wait, it's actually gonna be close. Okay, no, I'm good. Alright, this one has to have some loot in it, right? Please tell me it has some loot. And there's a spider in this one too. Get out of here, Mr. Spider. No, please, not like this, I can't die this early. Okay, oof. Okay, down to our last steak. This thing has to have some food in it. Okay, this one actually has some loot at the bottom. Let's just get rid of the pressure plate right away. Okay, got rid of the pressure plate. We should be good. Got ourselves a density 1 book, a golden apple. I would definitely take that. And you know what? I'll take all of this other stuff too. You know, why not? All right, what do we have over here? Okay, a bunch of gunpowder. We have some copper horse armor. Okay, that's cool. A bunch more gunpowder in this one, some leather, more bones, just kind of some junk to be honest. Okay, the final chest, please have something good. Yes! Okay, 2 diamonds, let's go. And what's this book? Unbreaking 1 and Knockback 1. Okay, not too crazy. And I'll just take the rest of this stuff, you know, might as well. And I'm gonna take this TNT, you know, might be useful. I was really hoping for some food, but at least we got some diamonds. That is absolutely huge. And no way, is it already dark again? You're kidding me. Instead of hiding in a hole, I have another idea. Let's just first place down our crafting table, and then what am I looking for? A boat. And I think let's just spend the night on the water. Oh, what's attacking me? I don't know what that was, but that scared me pretty bad, and I'm out of food, so I'm gonna resort to eating this rotten flesh. You know, it is what it is. This is kind of a brutal start to a world, but we'll make it work. Okay, now that we have a boat, we can explore the water, and I'm really hoping we could find like some shipwrecks. That would be huge early game. Okay, well now it seems like this is scripted since I totally just found a shipwreck here, but I do see 2 drowns in the area, so I'm a little bit scared. You know what? It should be fine. And where's this loot chest? There's no chest in here? Are you kidding me? I think this is another classic bug rock moment, maybe. There's not a single loot chest in this thing. Oh well, I guess there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. Let's just keep exploring. I'm on the lookout for any more shipwrecks, and I would also love to get out of this desert. Like, this is the biggest desert I think I've ever seen. It's just never ending. Look how bright this lava is with these vibrant visuals. That looks crazy. I don't know if it's just these vibrant visuals, but it is super dark down there. It's really hard to see if there is any shipwrecks. I feel like I've probably passed like 10 of them at this point. I wasn't able to find any more shipwrecks, but check this out. We have Desert Pyramid number 3. And this one looks a little bit dangerous. We have a creeper down there. Definitely have to be careful. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why are you blowing up? Okay. Alright, there's a zombie down here too. Owie. Alright, let's get rid of the pressure plate right away, and I'm also just gonna get rid of all the TNT. I don't want any risk. Let's check out the loot. First chest, and okay, nothing too crazy. This book is efficiency 2. Alright, I'll take it. Chest number 2, let's take a look, and impaling 1, alright. Chest number 3, and yes, okay, more diamonds, let's go. Also a ton of bones, look at this, we almost have a full stack of bones already, that's crazy. And the final chest, let's take a look. We have, okay, a couple pieces of horse armor and some other junk. It's day 2, and we already got ourselves 4 diamonds. Things are really starting to look up. Check this out, finally a biome that isn't a desert. I was getting so sick of all this sand. And there's some more animals too. Finally we can stop eating rotten flesh. And I mean, this is a jungle biome, so we might as well chop down some of these trees, get some jungle wood, and a few saplings. I'm also really hoping that there's some sheep around here, as I would love to make a bed. There's a dog over here, and we have all these bones. Come over here, Mr. Dog. I want a pet. Oh yeah, got ourselves a doggy friend. Let's go. There's gotta be some sheep around here, right? It's already getting dark again, and I really don't want to struggle to get through the night again. Oh, there we go. There's some sheep. There's a sheep there. Okay, finally, there's a sheep. There we go. Got ourselves some wool. That was only 1 piece of wool, though. I still need more. Okay, good thing. There's a sheep right here, too. Oh, it's getting so dark. We have 2 pieces of wool. Okay, we just need 1 more. Just 1 more piece of wool. Oh, there's so many mobs. Come on, I just need 1 sheep. Okay, it's not a sheep, but I just spotted a village. Let's take a look over here. Maybe we can find a bed. Okay, sorry villagers, but I really need to borrow a bed, and of course there's not one in there. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's see. Does this house have a bed? It does. Okay, perfect. Come on, come in here, doggy. Finally, we can sleep through the night. I am so happy. Having a bed now is going to make these nights so much easier. I'm pretty sure I have both leather and string, so I would love to make myself a bundle so I can fix up my inventory. It is an absolute disaster right now. Okay, I got a bunch of our stuff packed into this bundle, so our inventory is a lot more manageable. But anyways, just while we're here, I did want to make ourselves a diamond sword, since, you know, we do have some diamonds, might as well. And along with that, I also wanted to make ourselves a hoe. And using the hoe, we can gather up all of these hay bales, which is going to be an awesome early game food source. And we might as well just loot the rest of this village. They got some melons. I'll definitely take those. And they also have a blast furnace that I can borrow. Sweet, I'll take it. Oh, no way, look at this cat. It's like stuck behind the water here. I feel so bad for it. Let's see if we can give it a push out. Come on, get out of there, kitty. No, don't go back. Why are you trying to go back? Get out of the water. Be free, little kitty, be free. I got it out of the waterfall, but now it's just stuck in this corner. Oh, let's put a full block down. Okay, just ate my full block. Okay, bug rock, bug rock, bug rock. Oh man, this cat is struggling right now. Okay, let me see if I can block the water. There we go. Cat is free. Be free, little kitty. But you know what? That reminds me, we need to check in on my real life cats. I am constantly using my 2 cats, Munchie and Mittens, to guilt trip all of you into liking the videos, and this one is no exception. For real though, taking a second to like the video and maybe subscribing if you haven't already is one of the biggest ways to support these videos, so I greatly appreciate all of you taking a second to do it. Okay, but getting back to Minecraft, let's keep looting this village and see if there's anything cool to find. Maybe this chest has something. Okay, some leather armor, I'll take that. And I'll take the bread too, of course. And you know what? Let's just throw that leather armor on right away. You know, it's definitely better than nothing. Oh, and wait, there's some cauldrons in here. That just totally reminded me of something. I'm so excited to try this, but before I can, I need to find something that can give me some dye. I think this dandelion will work. Let's grab that. And we'll just go ahead and turn that into some yellow dye. I'm not even sure if this is exactly how it works, but I'm so excited to try this. Let's try. Oh, no way. We just dyed it yellow. That is crazy. Holy, that is insane. They got to add that to Java. That is so cool. All right, we got another house here that I haven't checked out, and sweet, it has a bunch of bookshelves in here. I'll definitely grab these. Even more on this side. Wait, is this 8 bookshelves off the rip? That is nice. I'll definitely take all of these. And I'll even grab the lectern too. There we go. Even got ourselves a brewing stand. Thank you very much. Look at what I just found in this chest. I don't know how rare this is, but there was some tall grass in there. I think that's like super rare, isn't it? I'm gonna take it. Why not? I think it's also about time to make a second bundle. My inventory is a disaster again. I love bundles though. They seriously save so much space. They are awesome early game. Got ourselves a grindstone inside of this house. I'll take that. This village has so many hay bales. I'm just gonna take them all. These are gonna be super useful. Like, look at this, a stack plus 12 hay bales from one village. I have never seen that in Java before. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or an actual Bedrock thing, but you know what? I will take it. I'm pretty sure I've explored this entire village though, so let's keep exploring. It's been a couple of minutes and check this out. I just spotted a Pillager outpost. That is super cool. It's probably a pretty dumb idea to try to loot this thing with 2 pieces of leather armor and a diamond sword, but it should be fine, right? Only one way to find out, right? Let's loot this thing. Okay, I'm scared. Let's quickly go up this staircase, make it to the top. Oh my goodness, there's a guy up here. Get out of here. Why am I not using my diamond sword? I don't know. Oh, no, I'm trying to golden apple. Oh my goodness, the dog just clutched. The dog just clutched. Get out of here. Whew. Okay, what's in this chest? Okay, that was stressful, but we got ourselves 2 sentry armor trims. That is super cool. Also a bottle of enchanting, some potatoes, some dark oak, a bunch of arrows, and a crossbow. Let's go. Okay, that was really close. You know what? Let's not risk it anymore. Let's get out of here. Okay, there's one right on me. Owie. Oh, okay, no, we're fine. Let's just get out of here. Just get out. Oh, that was a little bit stressful, but I think we survived. But you know what? More importantly, our little doggo survived. He did a great job. Here you go. Have some cooked chicken. I feel like we're making some great progress, but I do want to try to upgrade our tools since they are still stone. And check this out. I just found this massive cave. Oh, it's a little bit scary down here, but check this out. I just found our first iron. Let's mine this up. There's also a bunch of coal, so I definitely want to grab this too. I just made it down to the bottom of this ravine area, and there's a bunch of lapis, so I've just been grabbing this up. Gonna be super useful as well. Even more iron. I like it a lot. I'm also definitely gonna pick up all of the copper that I find since we are in the new update, so we can make some of the copper tools and stuff. And you know what? I am so excited to try these out, so let's just place down our furnace and start cooking up all of this copper. I want to get as geared up as possible before we explore deeper in the cave, so maybe let's just make ourselves a second furnace. And then we can place that down, maybe just grab like half of our coal back. We'll go back over to here, place down our coal, and then we'll start smelting up all of our iron as well. It's been a couple of minutes and our iron is ready, and I think, yeah, okay, perfect. Our copper is ready as well. And I want to use this copper to make some leggings as well as some boots. As for the iron, let's first make ourselves a shield that is going to be super useful, and then I think I'll also make ourselves an iron pickaxe. And let's just throw that shield in our offhand, and then we can put our copper leggings and our boots on, and you know, it's pretty basic, but we at least have ourselves a full set of armor now. Oh, you know what? There's actually one more quick thing that I want to make, and that's a bucket. Let's just go boom, 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 and boom. There we go. Got ourselves a bucket. And very conveniently, I think there's some water just out here, so let me just grab that real quick. And moment of truth, can I water bucket clutch in Bedrock? Let's see. Okay, no, I can't. Editor, cut that one out, please. Okay, enough messing around. This cave is really weird, but hopefully we can find some more diamonds. Another difference I just found out between the 2 versions is that in Java, to use the shield, you right-click, but in this one you have to like actually crouch, which is kind of interesting. Get out of here, skeleton. Get off my dog. No way, I just found a spawner. Okay, gotta remember to crouch, not to press right-click. Okay, we're good. Okay, does this thing have any good loot? We got ourselves, okay, a second bucket. I'll take that. Let's see what's in the second chest. And okay, wait, a name tag? That is super sick. We can finally name our dog. I'm gonna throw that in our bundle for sure. Oh, and also some pumpkin seeds. That's nice. Another crop unlocked. I'll take it. My inventory is already a disaster again. It's time to make bundle number 3. Carrying right along, I found a bit more copper, so let's definitely grab this. Okay, it looks like the cave goes quite a bit deeper over here, which is a good sign. Hopefully there'll be some diamonds soon. Well, look at this zombie. He's wearing a copper helmet. That is super cool. Okay, baby zombie, we gotta be careful. Holy... baby zombie. Where are all the diamonds at? I've been searching for a while. I can't find a single one. Do they just like not spawn in Bedrock or something? Well, I'm definitely not going that way, that's for sure. That looks a little bit scary. Check out what I just spotted. Our very first diamond. It's a little bit dangerous. I just want our dog to sit right there. Please do not move. Okay, our dog should be safe, so let's just block off this lava just like that. And then we should be able to just go right ahead and mine up this diamond. Let's go. Are you kidding me though? Was it really just 1 diamond? This game, come on. I guess 1 diamond is better than none though, so come on little doggo. Let's keep looking around. I'm sure we can find more. Any more diamonds? Come on, there has to be some around here. It's not diamonds, but I just spotted some gold. I'll definitely take this. I'm sure it'll be useful for something. Check it out, I just spotted another diamond. Come on, be more than 1 though this time, please. Please be more than 1 diamond. Looks like it was just 1 diamond again, but you know, not really much we can do about it. And this is why you never give up. I just found more diamonds, and finally, it's not just a single one. Let's mine these up. Oh, and it looks like we hit the mother lode. This is at least 5 diamonds. Let's go. With those 5 plus the 2 we got earlier, we're now up to 7 diamonds in total. That is huge. As much as I love diamonds, we should try to get anything else useful that we can find, like for example, this redstone. That also means I'll definitely take this gold and this iron. Thank you very much. Also, while we're down here, I did just want to grab some tough blocks. This is one of my favorite blocks in the game right now, so I definitely want to use it once we get around to building our base. Oh, and there goes my pick. I mean, we do have quite a few at this point, so we might as well just go ahead and make ourselves a diamond pickaxe. It should speed up the process of our mining at least. That is way faster with a diamond pickaxe, so I'm just going to grab a little bit more tough, and then we can keep looking for more resources. Okay, I managed to get 3 stacks of tough blocks, which is a lot, so let's keep exploring. Whoa, look at the zombie. He's carrying a slime ball. That's cool. I'll take those. Sweet, free slime. Thank you. Check out what I just spotted up there. More diamonds. Let's go. Let's see how many this one is. We have 1 diamond. Can we get 2 diamonds? Maybe not. It ain't looking good, I'll say that much. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. Let's go. 2 diamonds. I'll take it. Thank you very much. I mean, it's only 2 diamonds, but I really can't complain since most of the ones we've been finding have just been 1 diamond. So you know what? I'll take it. Alright, I'm definitely done complaining as I found even more diamonds. Let's go. No, you know what? I'm back to complaining. That was only 1 diamond again. I can't take this no more. No way. It seems like the more that I complain, the more diamonds I find. Let's go. Got ourselves another one. And I guess just saying another one is accurate since I just dug this giant hole and there was just 1 diamond here. Look how much glow ink sack is down here. Or is that what this stuff is called? Yeah, glow ink sack. There's so much down here. 13 there and a bunch more here. 21 glow ink sacks. Crazy. I don't know why saying glow ink sack sounds kind of sus, but anyways, I am going to take all of these. Why not? Sorry, Mr. Zombie. You can't have them. They belong to me. Get out of here, dog. Don't get blown up. Don't get blown up. Oh, dude, he's just chilling there. Like, what is going on? Help me out. Get him, dog. Get him. There we go. We got ourselves a bunch more iron here. I'm definitely grabbing this. Can never have too much iron. Even more iron over here. Thank you very much, game. I'll take it. I think I maybe see a few more diamonds over there, but it also looks like there's some mobs, so we'll have to be careful. Get out of here, spider. Get out of here. Whoa, whoa, the spider jumped so high. Wait, is that a bedrock thing? Did you see that spider? It just jumped all the way over me. That was crazy. Okay, but at least I was right. There are more diamonds over here. Let's go. Okay, and thank goodness it is more than 1 diamond. I was about to crash out. No, get off my dog. Don't hurt my dog. Get out of here. Get out of here, skeleton. I really want to keep exploring, but I'm completely out of torches and I have no more coal left, so I think that's our sign to head back up to the surface. But you know me, I'm of course going to grab anything useful that I find along the way. Oh, the slime. Dude, the slime is on me. Oh man, these slimes and the skeleton. Get out of here. Oh! Oh, dude, if I die to slimes right now, I am never going to hear the end of it. Oh, get off me, slimes. Oh, okay, I think I got them all. I think we're good. Looks like I just found another spawner room, got a bunch of this mossy cobblestone, but where actually is this thing? Wait a minute, is this another bug rock moment? Where's the actual spawner room? I think it's not real. What the heck? Well, that kind of sucks. I guess no spawner room for us. All right, moving on. And I'm trying to find my way back up to the top, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit lost right now, so this might take me a few minutes. Look at that. It's a little bit hard to see, but I can see the sky up there. Finally, let's get out of here. I am just going to grab a tiny bit of coal before heading back up to the top though, since I am completely out. Finally, we're out of this cave. That place was way too scary. We almost died like 1,000 times, but you know what? We got a lot of useful resources and, you know, diamonds and whatnot, so that was definitely worth it. And check this out, another wandering trader. Do you have any cool trades? Nothing too crazy. This pickaxe, unbreaking 2 and efficiency 2. I can pass on that. Okay, but distractions aside, you can see that my inventory is like completely full at this point. So I think that's our sign to keep exploring and find somewhere to kind of, you know, settle down and build a base. I feel like I usually have a pretty good idea of what sort of base I want to build when starting these challenges, but for this one, I just went in completely blind. So I think my plan is to just run around until I find somewhere that looks cool, and then, you know, we'll use that as our base location. I'm not even kidding, I've been running around for like at least 20 minutes, but check out this absolutely majestic base location that I just found. There's like a giant cave over there, there's a couple of mountains on either side of us, and then this like giant lake right in the middle. Oh, it is so cool over here. And I even see some spruce trees off in the distance. Okay, yeah, this place is meant to be. Oh no way, I just spotted a second dog. I would love a second dog. Yes, be my friend please, thank you. Oh, look at this, we have 2 dogs now, our OG dog that has been through it all with us, and our brand new dog to celebrate finding our base location. And I definitely want to get started on building like a proper house soon, but just for now, let's set up a bit of a temporary base. And I'm super excited to finally unload all of my items. My inventory is an absolute disaster right now. It ended up taking 2 double chests to store everything just because of how many items we had inside of the bundles, but as you can see, everything is nicely organized, which is a really nice feeling to have. And we still have 13 diamonds left, so I just want to grab a few of these so we can finish our tool set. So let's just head over to our crafting table, and then we're gonna make ourselves an axe, perfect, and then I also want to make ourselves a brand new shovel. Goodbye, old stone tools, I no longer want you. Full diamond tools are such a great feeling, but we could use some better armor, so I want to start smelting up some of this iron. And check this out, we already got our third wandering trader in this world. This is crazy, this is such good luck. What do you have for us this time, Mr. Wandy T? Anything useful? Okay, maybe we're not that lucky, since all of his trades absolutely suck. No worries, Mr. Wandering Trader, you can just stay in the water, I have no need for your services right now. Okay, distractions aside, I want to get started on gathering up some materials for our starter house, so I think it's about time to hunt down some of those spruce trees. So I guess it's time for a little bit of hiking, you know, maybe a little bit of parkour to get ourselves on top of this mountain, as that's where the spruce trees are. I made it to the spruce trees, but look at this, the leaves are completely white. I don't know if this is because it's snowing or like one of the vibrant visual things, but that looks so cool. Anyway, let's get what we came for and chop down some of these spruce trees. Ah, I love me some spruce. And the nice thing is we do have a diamond axe now, so that should really speed up the process. I managed to get close to 3 stacks of spruce logs, plus a bunch of saplings, so you know we can plant trees closer to home, but just while we are in tree chopping mode, I want to cut down some of these oak trees as well. And I mean, I guess if we are going all out, I might as well just chop down some of these birch trees too. I'm still hard at work chopping down some trees to get, you know, wood for our starter house, but I just got totally distracted taking a look at our base location from a bit of a bird's eye view. This looks so insanely cool with the vibrant visuals. Oh, I love this. But yeah, I'm getting distracted. Let me continue chopping down some trees. Alrighty, it's been a few minutes, but check this out. I have almost 3 stacks of oak, birch, and spruce logs. And I think that should be plenty of wood to, you know, build our starter house, so let's head back to our base. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, we were smelting some iron, weren't we? Yeah, okay, 60 iron ingots, let's go. I think with that in hand, let's just go ahead and craft ourselves a full set of iron armor. So we got ourselves a helmet there, a chest plate, we'll need some pants of course, as well as some boots. Check it out, day 18 and we have full iron armor as well as full diamond tools. We are making some great progress. Goodbye, old armor, you're no longer needed. You can drown. Okay, that's enough stalling though. I want to get started on our house, and I was thinking we could have like the front here so that it's kind of overlooking the water. I think that'll look really, really nice. And let's just start off with the foundation. Maybe we can go like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 blocks across. And then maybe this way we go like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And just to switch up the shape so it's not a perfect, you know, like rectangle, let's come maybe 3, 4, and 5 blocks. And then we can just get this connected back up to where we started. Ah, can these zombies just let me build my house? This is so annoying. I adjusted the shape of the foundation ever so slightly, but I think I'm happy with it now, so I just want to get started on building up the walls a little bit higher. Something just like that is a pretty good start for ourselves. I think I do want to mix in some cobblestone into the walls though, but you know, there's a bunch of stone right here, so let's mine some of this up and then we'll mix it into the walls. Over a stack of cobblestone has been obtained, so let's just throw that into our offhand. Wait a minute, can you not put blocks in your offhand in Bedrock? There's no shot, right? Wait, that's actually crazy. Let me try some logs. No, can you really only put a shield in your offhand in Bedrock? That is really weird. Alright then, I guess we'll just have to do it the old school way, break the blocks, you know, kind of one at a time, switch to our other hotbar slot with the cobblestone, and place that back in. Is this really that big of a deal? You know, not really, but am I still gonna complain? Oh yeah, you bet that I am. Alrighty, I got all the walls textured up, and as you can see, I also started planning where I want the roof peaks to go. However, before we get started on the actual roof itself, I did have one more idea to make the walls a little bit more detailed. And that's just to swap out the corners with some logs. I think just some spruce ones will look pretty nice, and I do want to strip these as well, as I think that'll look a tiny bit better. Yeah, you know what? I do think I like that. And what is flying around? What is that? Why is there a bat here? What is this game right now? Okay, let's not get too distracted by the bat and just tear out all of these corners. And then I think I'm going to just replace all of them with the spruce. All right, sweet. I have all of those in place now. And you know, it's a small detail, but I think it does really help just to, you know, break up all of the gray of the walls. Okay, but with that taken care of, I want to get started on the actual roof now. So first things first, let's just make a bunch of spruce planks. And then with those, I'm going to make a bunch of slabs. And I'll also make a bunch of stairs. And I'm planning on using these spruce for the outline, but for the actual inside, I think I want to use some oak, so same thing, let's make a bunch of slabs, and of course, a bunch of stairs. And then let's just start right at the front of the house, and I'm thinking we do like a slab like that, probably double slab actually, and then we'll go same thing here, and then we'll simply just like staircase up with these slabs until we reach the very center. And I'm just repeating the exact same thing on the other side, so yeah, perfect, we should have reached the very center there. Let's just hop down and take a look. Yeah, I think I like that. I think that definitely works for the front of the house. However, we do have these other sort of like sticky uppy bits on the sides, and I was thinking we could switch this one up a little bit by using some stairs instead. And I just want to keep it super simple, so we'll just do alternating upside down stairs and regular stairs. And then in the very center, let's just do an upside down stair, and on top of that, a slab. And here's a little look from the ground. What do you think, Mr. Wandering Trader? Do you like it so far? Just give me any sign of life if you like it so far. All right, he's trying to avoid eye contact. Maybe he doesn't like it. You know what? I don't care if Mr. Wandering Trader likes it or not. I like it, and that's what matters. Anyway, let's get back to work and finish building up the rest of the roof. And just like that, we have the entire outline of the roof in place, so I'm just getting started on filling in the rest of it just using some oak. And voila, our roof is done. Also, why is there a trident guy over here? That is pretty dangerous. Get out of here. Please don't hit me. Okay, whew, we're good. Right here at the front is where I want the main entrance of the house to be, so I was thinking we could just create a bit of an arch using a couple of upside down stairs and a slab. And then right behind that, we can just go for, you know, my classic door design. I feel like I use this in all of my builds, but it just looks so good. And that design, of course, just involves using a bunch of trapdoors just like this. Gotta remove these very two in the center though. And then we can just simply replace that with a door, and there we go, really nice entrance design. Wait, no shot. Did a fourth wandering trader just spawn inside of our house? There's no way, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a different guy than before. Let's check his trades. Yeah, this is a different guy. What? Oh, and check this out. He's selling some pointed dripstone. I definitely want to get my hands on that. And I don't have any emeralds, but luckily we can trade a bucket of water with him. And let's see, I'm pretty sure that I have one inside of this chest here, which I do, perfect, and I also have an empty bucket as well. Okay, so let's just fill this one with some water as well. And wandering trader, where did you go? Don't die. Okay, you're good. I thought he was drowning down there, but I think we're good. So let's just go ahead and trade a water bucket. Okay, perfect. And can we do another one? We can. Okay, awesome. 4 emeralds. And let's go right on ahead and trade that for some dripstone. Okay, how much is that? 8 dripstone. Let's go. That's going to be seriously awesome for building a lava farm later, but as for right now, I think we should focus our energy on finishing our starter house. And you might have noticed we have a bit of a back entrance here, so I was just thinking we could do an upside down stair in each of those corners. And then similar to before, we'll fill this gap in just using some spruce trapdoors. And then we can fill in the rest of the space with a door and another door. But I think with that, the main kind of like base shape of our house is finished, so I want to get started on adding some of the smaller details to really bring this thing to life. Also, look at this. Why is there so many drowns in here? 2 of them with tridents as well. Is this like a bedrock thing where more of them spawn? This seems kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I should take them out before I get, you know, sniped out of nowhere and die. I really don't want that to happen. Get out of here, guy. Get out of here as well, drowned. You are not my friend. And the third drown is just over here. Come over here, guy. Oh man, one more hit from that guy and I think I was gonna die. Oh, that was actually scary. Anyways, I think one of the first things that we can do to kind of spice up the shape of this house is to add a few windows. So maybe just a couple of tall ones here, and for filling them in, I just want to use some of these oak trapdoors. And then I want to add some shutters to these, just using some of these spruce trapdoors, just like that. And maybe on this side, we can have this one like be open. So let's just start off with some temporary dirt, and then we'll swing to this side, do trapdoor, 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 flip all of those up. And then another detail that I wanted to try to add was some signs on here, which, okay, you can do this in Bedrock. Let's go. Okay, Bedrock is finally acting right. Let's go. I went ahead and added windows all the way around the house. You can see like there's another one right there. And I feel like it especially helped at the back here just because this wall was looking really flat before, but with a few windows in here, it's looking a whole lot better. Anyway, one of my go-to details is adding flowers in some flower pots, but I don't have any clay yet, so is there any in this water? Here we go. I think this is some clay. Perfect. Let me gather some of this up. I managed to get over a stack of clay balls just from that small little patch, but anyways, let's just head over to our furnace here, get this copper out that I was smelting earlier, and start smelting up some of this clay. And the reason I was actually smelting up that copper was so that I could try to make some of the brand new copper lanterns. Okay, so I need these copper nuggets. I see. I can make copper nuggets just like that. Okay, let's make a few of these. Okay, yeah, makes sense. I just need some copper torches, so let's go back to here, make, I don't know, maybe like 8 of those. And then with that, we can finally make some copper lanterns. I'm excited to see what this looks like. Let's maybe just throw one right above the entrance, and ooh, that is kind of cool, I can't lie. Maybe we can add another one right here, maybe just hop over to the back and do another one right about there. Oh, and it's getting dark, but let's do one more here, and then I just want to hop over to the front again and do our last one right there. That is so cool though, copper lanterns, what a great addition to the game. Alright, I'm hoping most of our clay is ready, and okay, 51 clay, that should be enough. I guess what I should be saying is that our bricks are ready, but anyways, let's just go ahead and turn a bunch of these into some flower pots. The only issue is that I have absolutely 0 flowers to put inside of them, so let's go on a little adventure and find some. Alright, sweet, found myself some poppies, I'll take those, thank you very much. There's also one single dandelion, I'll take it. Can't put them in flower pots, but I did find some rose bushes, so you know, I'll take these, might as well. Oh, and there's some lilacs too, very nice, I love these things. And there's peonies too? How come I can only find all of the tall flowers? Where's the small ones at? Well, I found more poppies and dandelions, so I guess that's gonna have to do for our house. You know, these are still nice. Alright, but now that we have both flower pots as well as, you know, actual flowers, I want to go ahead and put some of these in front of all of the windows. So same exact thing at the back, we'll go bing, bing, bang, and boom. And then maybe we just do poppy, poppy, and then in this other one, we can do a couple of dandelions. Got a skelly just chilling in the water? Get out of here, guy, I'm trying to decorate. I think we just have a couple more windows to decorate, those being the ones on either side of the entrance. So let's just hop over to the other side where our dogs are here, do flower pot, and one more poppy. Okay, but with those flowers in, I think I'm finally happy to call the exterior of our house finished. It's a pretty simple house, but you know, it is a starter house, definitely beats just having some like dirt box, so you know, I think I'm happy with it. Okay, but I want to get started on the interior, and first things first, this stone floor has got to go. I am pretty tired of looking at this. I just got done removing the old floor, but look at this. Look at this. This is our 5th wandering trader. Are you kidding me? We're averaging like a wandering trader every 5 days. This is absolutely ridiculous. This has to be a Bedrock thing. I'm convinced it is. Anyway, I shouldn't be complaining. Let's see, what trades do you have for us, Mr. Wandering Trader? Ooh, some dark oak saplings could be really good, but there's no way I'm gonna have enough emeralds to get 4 of these. Yeah, you kind of disappointed me this time, Mr. Wandering Trader. Just leave me alone, or I'm gonna have to use this shiny blue diamond sword on you, alright? No, get out of my house. Okay, you know what? You're done. Get out of here, bro. I'm done. You two llamas, I can't take this no more. Every few days I'm getting harassed by this Wandering Trader. He's gotta take a hint. With that annoying solicitor taken care of, we can finally get started on placing in our proper floor, and for this one, I was thinking we could just stick with some birch, and I'm just saving a little bit of materials by using some slabs instead of full planks. This should be the last couple of slabs right there, and there we go, got ourselves a floor. Next up, I want to get started on the ceiling, and first things first, let's just do a horizontal beam of spruce logs going all the way across at the very top. Yeah, I think I'm liking that, and then we can probably continue the same thing going off in this direction over to the entrance. So last few logs just like that. And with that beam in place, I feel like we should be able to just use stairs and slabs to smooth out the rest of the ceiling and get it looking pretty good. And there we go, I feel like the ceiling is looking pretty good now. And I did want an excuse to use more of the copper stuff, so I was thinking we could do a copper chain, which looks so sick, and then below that, a copper lantern. So let's maybe just do another one over on this side as well. And then it is looking pretty dark over by the entrance, so maybe let's do one more copper chain and one more lantern. Okay, next up, I want to tackle this sort of temporary base that we had before, so I think it's finally time to tear this stuff down and get it a bit more organized inside of the house. And I think let's begin by setting up a bit more of like a permanent storage area, and I was thinking this corner could work. Let's just go ahead and turn all of these into double chests though. And because our house is pretty much mirrored, I think I'm just going to add some chests over to this side as well. But then just to enclose these a little bit more, I think we can use some spruce trapdoors. I think that should be looking pretty nice for ourselves. And we'll of course do the exact same thing over to this side as well. Okay, with that taken care of, let's just grab our crafting table as well as our bed. And then I was thinking we could do a bit of a bedroom in this corner, so let's place down our bed and do our crafting table right beside that. And then to decorate the crafting table itself, let's do a flower pot with a cactus in it. And I did find a lectern in that village we looted, so maybe we can just place it down like right there, and then we can do a jungle stair to look like a bit of a chair, so you know, little desk setup right here, looking pretty cool. We're for sure gonna need an area to do some smelting, so maybe we can do like furnace, and blast furnace. And then right above that, let's create a shelf using trapdoors, and on top we can do a brewing stand, as well as this grindstone, which again we found in the village earlier. I reckon some indoor plants would look pretty good, so first things first, let's just grab up some of these leaves right here. And then with those in hand, we can make our classic indoor plant design, which is of course a composter with a couple of leaves on top of it. And I feel like we might as well just go ahead and add a couple more right beside the entrance, you know, why not? A bit more greenery never hurt anybody. I had enough wool to make 2 paintings, so let's just throw one on the wall maybe right about there. And then let's do the second one right above our desk. Okay, yeah, I like that one. Let's just get rid of this dirt though. This area is really starting to shape up, but let's tear down these old chests that are, you know, kind of getting in the way now. I'll get this sorted into our proper storage room. I got a little bit carried away organizing, but as you can see, everything is nicely put away now. So we have like all of our greenery blocks right there. This is all of our minerals. Like this chest over here is all of our wood. And speaking of wood, I actually wanted to grab some of these birch logs right now. And that's just so that we can add a little bit of texture variation into the floor. Like if we do some logs just like this, strip those, they should blend in pretty nicely and just add, you know, a little bit of texture variation, which helps break up the texture of the floor. I'd love to add a carpet inside of the house, so maybe let's just run around, see if we can find any sheep. There's a sheepy boy right here, and I did bring some lapis with me, so let's turn that into blue dye. And then come over here, sheep, you are blue now, and give me your wool. Thank you very much. Okay, but one piece of blue dye is not gonna quite cut it. Is there any other sheep around here? There's a pig, but that's not what I'm looking for. I need some sheep. Where are the sheep at? Oh, finally, another sheep. Come over here, guy. Boom, you're blue. And once again, give me your wool. Thank you very much. Look at this cursed generation. There's a fallen log floating on top of a flower. Okay, classic bug rock moment. Love to see it. Ooh, and check out this cave that I just spotted too. We definitely got to check that out. That looks so cool with these vines coming down like that. Ooh, I like that. Well, I've been looking around for more sheep, but it looks like this guy got his wool back, so I'll take a bit more. Thank you. It also got super dark out here, and I'm kind of far away from our house. Owie! Okay, just get back to the base. Get back to the base. There it is. Home sweet home. Let's get inside. Okay, we should be safe. Well, it's really not a whole lot, but I was able to get 6 blue wool, so let's just go ahead and turn all of that into carpet. And then I still do have a decent amount of lapis, so let's turn that into blocks of lapis, and then we can use that for our carpet as well. And then I was thinking the carpet could look good somewhere in this area, so maybe we just come like 5 carpet like that. Then we can probably go like 1, 2, 3, and then another 3 over on this side, and I'm out of carpet already, so let's get rid of those, and then we'll do lapis and lapis. And then let's maybe mix in some lapis throughout the rest of it, just to kind of make it feel a little bit more balanced. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that carpet design, and there is one more thing that I wanted to do, and that's bring our dogs inside, so come over here, doggos. There we go. They can hang out by this carpet. I think they'll like that. There you go. Welcome to your new home. But I think with that, I'm finally happy with the interior of our house. It's nice and spacious in here, has all the different functional blocks that we need, so you know, I'm happy. But I think with that, it's finally time to get started on building some more stuff out here. I would absolutely love to kind of like transform the entire edge of this lake. I think that could be really, really cool. The next thing I want to build is an animal barn, which means we need some materials, so I first planted several large spruce trees. I then checked out one of the nearby caves where I gathered up several stacks of diorite. With that in hand, I then went deeper into the cave on the hunt for some deep slate, but of course I got completely distracted mining more diamonds. And let me tell you, there were a ton of them, so I'm definitely not complaining. Once I was done getting distracted by the shiny blue stuff, I could finally focus on what I came down here for, deep slate. I ended up mining so much that my pickaxe broke, so I made a new one and then started collecting some smooth basalt and calcite from a nearby geode that I spotted. My inventory was full of blocks at this point, so I started making my way back up to the surface on day 36. After arriving at our starter house, I noticed all the spruce trees had grown, so I chopped them down. And with several stacks of spruce, I was finally ready to begin building our barn. I started off by outlining the foundation using tough bricks and then flattening the area inside of it. And once it was flattened, I filled the whole thing in with dirt and then made the foundation a little bit fancier using some upside down stairs. Unfortunately, I needed a few more materials to build up the actual walls, so I spent most of day 41 cutting down both oak and birch trees. I ended up breaking my axe in the process, so I made a new one, and then I got busy building up the walls of the barn. I mixed both stripped logs and planks together to give the whole thing a really rustic feel. As for the roof, I wanted to create the outline using diorite, so I used a stone cutter to make a bunch of stairs and slabs. With those in hand, and after a bit of experimentation, I was able to come up with a nice looking curve at the front of the barn. And now that I had the base shape of the barn figured out, it was just a matter of building up the rest of the walls and getting the roof patched up and looking good. Oh yeah, and to contrast the white outline of the roof, I filled in the rest with deep slate. It was looking a tad bit blobby though, so I added a couple of dormers to the side, which helped break up the shape a lot. Along with that, I also added a covered area sticking off of the side of the barn itself. I even added some decorations underneath in the form of hay bales, barrels, and a couple of the new fancy copper lanterns. Feeling pretty happy with the exterior of the barn now, so I jumped inside and got to work in there by first adding a horizontal beam of logs going across the ceiling. And similar to our starter house, I also added some copper lanterns hanging off of that, but I did include some of the new chains as well to make them hang down a little bit lower. I couldn't help but noticed it felt a little bit stuffy inside of the barn, so I decided to go back and add a few windows to increase the airflow inside of the building. But with that taken care of, I finally started planning out the actual animal pens using some fences and fence gates. All that was left to do at this point was bring some animals into the barn, so I ran around until I eventually found a sheep as well as a cow. After getting them into the barn, I went back out into the world and was able to find a second cow, so I brought him into the barn as well. All we needed was a second sheep, but it low-key took me forever to find one. Once I finally did though, I of course brought it to the barn, and then I bred the sheep as well as the cows. With the barn finally finished and filled with animals, I got to work on some chores like planting more large spruce trees, setting up a temporary sugarcane farm behind our house, and I also ran around breaking short grass to get some seeds so we can set up a wheat farm. And once I had a few seeds, that's exactly what I did, and I decided to just set it up right beside our sugarcane farm. I noticed quite a few of the spruce trees had already grown, so I got busy chopping them down. If you're wondering why I need all this spruce, I want to make a giant dock surrounding the lake, as I think it'll look super cool as well as make it easier to traverse the area. Anyways, once I had cut down and replanted all of the trees, I turned a bunch of the logs into slabs and then got to work building the actual dock. And I just started off with some support pillars using logs, spaced about 5 blocks apart. Once I had all those in, I used our slabs to build the actual platform of the dock. And I built it about a block above the water, which should hopefully act as a bit of a barrier against the absurd amount of drowns. And somehow, I used up all of my spruce wood already, so I went back to our little tree farm and cut down all of the trees again. And with that harvest, I had enough wood to get the rest of the dock built up. Even then, it still took a couple more days to build up, as it's an absolutely massive dock. And to show you exactly how big this thing is, let me give you a bit of a tour. As you can see, it extends way past our starter house and our barn, goes all the way around this corner, and extends even further. And I also included some of these extensions, like right here for example, and I think we could like eventually build something over here, just we'll make it a little bit easier to access. Right here's another example, and you can see this one is actually built right into a boulder, so I was thinking we could probably make like a custom mine entrance here eventually. I think that could be really fun. But as you can see, this dock extends even further. This thing is so big, like holy, look at this is crazy. Oh, you know what's even crazier? Look what I just spotted out of the corner of my eye. There's like a hanging llama there and a wandering trader stuck. Oh my goodness, what is this game right now? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore that. Moving right along, you can see that the dock kind of ends here, but then I did add this extension going all the way into this cliffside. And I'm thinking my plan for this one is to build like a giant nether portal built right into the cliff. That could look really, really cool. Okay, but I still think I'm not quite done with these docks. I wanted to add some like smaller bits kind of coming off of them, so maybe we do like slab. You know what? We'll do one more and then we'll get ourselves down and then we'll, owie! Okay, dude, can I please just let me build my dock, please? These bedrock drowns, man, are destroying me. Oh, they're crazy. Anyway, I was thinking something just like this could be pretty good. Just a bit of a smaller dock coming off the main one, just to make it a bit more interesting and also help us get on and off of the dock. So I think I'll just add like a few more of these, just kind of, oh my goodness, dude, these drowns. Whoa, these drowns, man, leave me alone. Alright, I went ahead and added a bunch more of these smaller docks, and I think we can do the last couple just right here in front of our starter house. And you know what? Now that we have these docks in place, let's go for a little bit of a boat ride. And that's because I can't help myself. I think I want to build one more dock kind of around this curved boulder right about here. And it's a little bit hard to access, from the actual land, so I think the main way to get to and from it is going to be, taking a boat. But before I get too carried away though, let's take out this creeper. I do not want any surprises. No way, did a drown just try to take my boat? Get out of my boat, guy. Anyway, we've been doing an absolutely absurd amount of dock building, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead, get this one in place, and then I'll show you what it's looking like. It took a couple of days, but there we go, we got ourselves a brand new dock built into that cliffside. We also have an insanely good view of our original dock from up here. It looks so cool going all the way around this lake. Okay, but now that we have an access point to this area over here, I want to get started on building some like tiered crop farms going up this hillside. I mean, it should look a whole lot better than our current wheat farm here. Like, look at this thing, it's a little bit basic. Okay, but while we're in this area, we should do our other chores, which are of course, gathering our sugarcane here. And it might be a little bit overkill, but I think I'm just going to extend this further along the edge of the water here, might as well. Along with that, we should also take a second to breed all the animals, especially the cows, because I really want to get an enchanting table soon. But come over here, sheep, I'll breed you guys too. Oh yeah, and I also totally forgot to replant my spruce trees. What was I thinking? I'm gonna need more spruce for sure. Like, come on, I need more of this stuff. With those chores taken care of, let's prepare a little bit for building these new farms by first making a bunch of iron hose. We're definitely going to need those. And I'm going to need to do a ton of terraforming as well, so you know what, I'm just going to make ourselves a brand new pickaxe. And then just one more thing, let's head over to our stone cutter, throw our diorite in there, and make a bunch of these... Wait, why did I think that there was polished diorite walls? Am I tripping? Okay, I'm definitely tripping. Let's just make these regular diorite walls. Okay, that should hopefully be everything we need, but look at this, another wandering trader. What is going on? How come so many of these guys are spawning? Okay, you know what? You don't have anything useful. I'm out of here. Okay, but I'm super excited to get started on these new farms, so I think let's just hop into our boat here and head over to our new dock. Alrighty, here we are. Let's just hop out. Boom, nailed it. And I think I want to build the first layer of the farm a little bit higher, so let's dig out a spot for a staircase. Okay, that should be good, and I brought a bunch of stone stairs with me, so let's just place these all in so we have an easy way to get up and down. Now it's time for the fun part, or maybe I should say the tedious part, as I need to flatten this entire area so we can build the first layer of the farm. And I mean, I guess it is all stone here, so I'm gonna have to replace this with dirt. Okay, give me a few minutes, this might take a little while. It took a few days, but I got this first layer flattened out and replaced with dirt, and the next thing that I wanted to get started on was adding a bit of a border using spruce wood. And then just so that it encloses the farm a little bit better, let's do a row of slabs right on top. And yeah, I'm liking that. And with this in place, the next step is to add a bunch of water sources to, hydrate the entire farm. So let's just start off by adding an infinite water source right about here. And now that we have a super convenient spot to grab some water, let's get all of these water sources placed in. And I'm going to try to hide as many as I can, kind of like underneath of this cliff, just to make the whole thing a little bit neater. So I'll just skip like, I don't know, 4 or 5 blocks, dig another hole right about here, and add a bit more water. And I think you get the idea, so let me get the rest of these placed in. And those hidden water sources should cover most of the farm, but still, I think I'm going to need to add a few closer to the inside of the farm as well. And for these ones, we'll of course fill them in with water, and then I want to cover them up using some of these spruce slabs. And then on top of those, we'll do a diorite wall and a copper lantern, so same exact thing over here, diorite wall and copper lantern. Pretty simple design, but I think it looks pretty nice, so I think we'll have like one more there, probably a second one right here, and a third one, I don't know, maybe right about there. So let's get those all filled in with our water. Wait, what is that? Is that another wandering trader? There's no way. I saw a llama over here. Am I tripping? Dude, no way. Is this another wandering trader? What is this game? Like, is this a Bedrock thing where so many of them spawn? This is so crazy. Okay, let's see. Do you have any good trades? Ooh, Nautilus shell. That's kind of cool. Honestly, though, I think I'm good. You can just stay on this dock, okay? I'll spare you this time. We've gotten so many wandering traders, though. Like, seriously, I've lost count of how many. It feels like we've gotten like 10 or 20. I'm not even kidding. Anyway, distractions aside, let's get the rest of these placed in. And I guess we should patch up these hidden ones while we're at it too. Okay, but now that all of those water sources are in place, let's get to work tilling all of this dirt. And for some reason, this feels so much faster in Bedrock. It's like way more instant. I like this. The entire area is now tilled, so all that's left to do is plant all of our seeds. And unfortunately, I don't have that many, but as the farm grows, we can keep expanding it. And I do also have 4 potatoes, so might as well plant these too. It's looking super awesome from a bit of a distance as well, and keep in mind I still want to add 3 more tiers. Once we do, it's going to be looking absolutely epic. And there's no time to waste, so let's get right to work building tier number 2. Alright, 3 days later and tier 2 is in and looking good. A few days later once again and tier 3 is now complete. And there we go, the 4th and final layer is now in, and I am super happy with how these tiered farms look. And we still need to get the whole thing filled in with crops, but I'll continue to work on that in the background as we tackle some other projects. And the next thing I want to get started on is building a mine entrance right here. We're gonna need some materials to build it though, and I just remembered that they added these shelves to the game, so I want to try making some of them, and I'm pretty sure to craft them we need some of these stripped logs. So I think I'm just gonna strip and cut down this entire tree, and then we can try to craft some. I'm not gonna lie, I almost forgot that they added these to the game, but let's see. Okay, yeah, we can make some of these shelves. That is so cool. I'm really excited to try these. And now that we have a few materials, let's just start off by digging a bit of a hole where the actual mine entrance will be. I think something like this should work, but maybe let's just do like a slab in each of these corners to kind of smooth it out a little bit. And then just so that it's a bit of a smoother transition, maybe we go like stair, stair, and stair, just so we can easily walk up and down. And then let's try to create a bit of an arch using wood as well. So maybe we do like stair, stair, and then in between that trapdoor. And then let's see, this is probably where we could use our shelves. So let's do that. Ooh, that looks so cool already. But then let's just finish it off by doing trapdoor, trapdoor, flip those up, and let's see. And maybe we beef up the top a little bit as well by doing trapdoor, trapdoor, and a slab. I don't know if I super love it. It's looking kind of interesting. Maybe we can actually swap out these ones with trapdoors. I want to see what that'll look like. Yeah, I definitely like that a lot more with just the trapdoors on the inside and then the shelves on the outside. I think that creates a really cool look. But let's just add one more detail, which is going to be a couple of lanterns on either side of the entrance. And with our entrance now complete, let's get busy digging a staircase going all the way down to deep slate levels. It's been about a day and I finally hit deep slate, and I think there's also a cave down here, so this might actually be a pretty good ending spot for us. That's if this cave isn't a completely dead end though. Please continue. Well, it's not a dead end, but there is like some deep dark down here. I don't know if this is the way that we want to go. Yeah, you know what? Forget that. I'm just gonna keep digging lower down. Forget the deep dark. I'm not messing around with that. I just finished digging all the way down to Y-58, which I think should be a pretty good level for strip mining, but look at this. Right at the bottom, I already ran into some diamonds. I think I'm gonna be smart for once though, and wait until I get a fortune enchant on my pickaxe to mine these ones up. Anyway, let's place some stairs on our way back up so we can easily come back down here in the future. And there we go, we now have a nice staircase going all the way down to deep slate levels. I did have to kind of like divert it right here because I ran into some water, so this is the main pathway that goes all the way down to deep slate levels. And I want to try getting some obsidian from down there, but before we get too carried away, let's take a second to breed our cows again. And if we're going to do some chores, I might as well go ahead and harvest our sugarcane as well. Also, another bedrock thing I noticed is that when you're standing in sugarcane, it goes kind of like invisible or like transparent like that. That is such a cool little feature. I like that. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's also harvest our wheat farm here. And I think it's also a pretty good idea to expand our tiered crop farm as well. And let's see, how many more diamonds do I have at the moment? Okay, lucky number 13. I just want to use those to make ourselves a new axe as well as a new pickaxe, because look at ours right now, they are both about to break. Okay, but with our tool situation taken care of, let's hop down into our mine and do something that you will totally never guess. That's right, I want to do some mining. And check this out, I did bump into this big cave over here, which I think could be a promising location for, you know, more diamonds, iron, and a lot of other good stuff. Yeah, there we go, just like that, we got a bit more iron, thank you very much. Got even more over here, sweet. And I finally found a big pool of lava, which is awesome since I want to grab some obsidian for an enchanting table as well as our nether portal. And as I mentioned a little while ago, I want to make a really big nether portal, so I think I'm going to mine an entire stack of obsidian, which might take a little while with, you know, an unenchanted pickaxe, but I will say it does seem a little bit faster in Bedrock, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Anyway, I'm going to shut my brain off for a little while and mine this up. Surprisingly, that didn't take quite as long as I thought it would, only about like 15 or 20 minutes, and we got ourselves a stack plus 8 obsidian, so let's get out of here. I really would like to find a few more diamonds before heading back up to the surface though, but I haven't been able to find any yet. Come on, zombie, tell me, where are the diamonds? Finally, some diamonds. Let's see, please be more than one. Please? Okay, we got two diamonds, let's go. We got 3 diamonds. Is there any more? 3 diamonds? You know what, 3? I'll take 3. Oh my goodness, there are so many mobs over here. I'm out of there, I'm out of there. I just spotted more, let's go. Please be more than one. Oh my, okay, oh sorry, that scared me so bad for some reason. Okay, whew, I'm good. This gravel man, and look at it, it was hiding some diamonds. This gravel's out to get me. More diamonds, yes, I love to see it. And we got 2 this time. Why is there water up there though? Alright, looks like it was just 2 more diamonds, but I'll take it. Y'all think I can take a witch with only iron armor? Only one way to find out. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Okay, well, the witch couldn't even get a shot off of me. That's a little unfair, I guess. Alright, you guys know me, I could definitely continue searching for the shiny blue stuff all day if I wanted to, but you know, the main thing that I came down here for was the obsidian, so I think it's about time to head back up to the surface. Alright, here we are, home sweet home. And now that we're here, let's go ahead and start smelting up a stack of this iron. Okay, sweet, and I did find a bunch of books in that village earlier. Yeah, we have 24 books, so let's just grab one of those, and then we can use that to finally make ourselves an enchanting table. Unfortunately, we're still gonna need a few more books to be able to make 15 bookshelves, which is of course the requirement for getting level 30 enchants, so let me just quickly breed all of the cows once again. And I'm pretty much entirely out of wheat, so let's take a second to harvest and expand our farm again. Anyway, while we continue to work on getting all the materials we need to make 15 bookshelves, I want to get started on making a dedicated house to put our actual enchanting table, and I was thinking up here could be the perfect spot. So let's just get started by building a bit of a staircase, and then I'll probably have to like flatten a little bit of an area where we can actually build the house. Alright, I think I got a big enough spot cleared out for the staircase, but look at this. Look at this. Another wandering trader. Alright, let's see what you have for me this time, and pretty much nothing. Also, look at these leads, how it's just kind of going through these slabs. That is so weird. Alright, you know what? I'm ignoring you, wandering trader. Let's just keep decorating this area. I want to do a couple of lanterns right here. And then at the moment, it's a little bit hard to get up the staircase, so let's place in some actual stairs. And it was a little bit too steep, like right here, so I had to do a bit of a 90-degree turn, so let's just do some stairs here as well. So this should be the last row, and perfect. We can get ourselves up here, and we have a pretty nice spot to build. And just so that we can kind of plan this out, I want to place down our enchanting table, and then I'll just plan out where I want the bookshelves to eventually go using some dirt. So we'll probably have like something like that, and then the dirt will come over like this, and same thing on this side. And with the location of the enchanting table and the future bookshelves kind of in place, let's get started on building the actual house, and I was thinking we could just begin by doing some pillars in each of the corners. And I'm just using some spruce, you know, because I can't help myself, and I'm just going up about like 4 blocks tall. I think that should work. And I've been looking for excuses to use the new shelf block, so maybe we can just do one at the bottom of all of the pillars. I think that should look pretty good as like a bit of an accent. And then we got a bunch of this calcite earlier from a geode, so I was thinking we could use this as kind of the main block for the walls. So let's just get this placed in, going all the way around the house. All of the walls are filled in, so let's just create a bit of an arch at the front using a couple of upside down stairs and a slab. And then the calcite is looking a little bit harsh, so maybe we can tear out some of this calcite and replace it with a bit of diorite just for, you know, a bit of texture variation. So let's go ahead and texture all of these walls, and I was thinking we could even mix in some of these birch logs. I think it actually blends in pretty well. And you know what, let's also add a window using some trapdoors. As you can see, I got all of the walls textured, and I think they're looking pretty decent now. So let's get started on the roof next, and I was thinking we could make the outline out of deep slate. And to give our enchanting house a bit of a fantasy look, I want to try going for a pretty tall peak, so let's also include some full blocks in here as well. And let's just mirror the same thing on the other side, and then right on top in the middle, let's do a wall. I think this will work for a roof. I quite like that shape. It did create a bit of a gap at the top here though, so let's get this filled in. Okay, but now that we have the roof shape figured out, let's get the rest of this built up. The outline of the roof is done, and since we did use deep slate, I was thinking we could contrast it with a brighter color, and I'm thinking some birch will look pretty good. So let's just go ahead and get this all filled in. I got the entire roof filled in, it's looking pretty good, but I did want to add one more detail at the front, and that's a couple of logs, a chain, and then right below that, a lantern. Definitely helps make it feel a little bit more detailed, plus it lights up the area too. Moving to the inside, let's get the ceiling kind of smoothed out using some of these upside down birch stairs. And then as I've done for pretty much every building in this world, let's add a beam going across the top. Then maybe we just add like a lantern here and a lantern there, and we should be good. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid ceiling, so all that's left to do now is replace this dirt with some actual bookshelves. So back at our barn once again, let's hop into our cow pen, and come here cows, time to be bred again. And then sorry adults, but I need some leather, so goodbye. And we got over a stack of leather, so I think that should be enough. Alrighty, now that we have a bunch of leather, let's also grab some sugarcane, and I have a ton here in storage because, you know, we've been harvesting it as we've been going. And then what else? Let's also grab all of the books that we already do have, and then we're gonna need a bunch of wood, which I should have in here. Maybe let's just grab this oak and this spruce. Over at our crafting table, let's make a bunch of paper, and then I think we just need 22 more books, so let's go like that. And then we can turn all of those into bookshelves. And the really nice thing is that we got a bunch of steak from those cows, so here you go dogs, have a little bit of a treat. And we should cook this up, so let's grab our iron from before and put our steak in here. And now that we have a bunch of iron, let's make a few blocks of iron, and then we can make ourselves an anvil. Okay, but with all of that in hand, let's head back to our enchanting house. Finally, we can get rid of all of this temporary dirt. And we're of course going to replace those with our bookshelves, so let's get these placed in. And you know what, instead of our original design, maybe we can do like bookshelf, and then in between that we can do our anvil. And I also brought some other essential stuff for enchanting, like a grindstone, a chest, and we should also place down a crafting table, maybe, I don't know, just right there. And we already do have 31 levels, so let's do some enchanting. And let's see, what if we did our pickaxe, what would we get? We'd get Silk Touch. I mean, that's pretty good, but I would like Fortune, I think. How about we try our sword instead? What would we get? Smite 4, not the best. Maybe let's try the axe instead. Wait, also smite? I didn't even know you could put a smite on an axe. Maybe that's a bedrock thing, I don't know. Okay, and our shovel is also Silk Touch, I see. Alright, you know what? I was hoping for Fortune, but Silk Touch is still good, so let's lock that in. Okay, and let's see, anything else? Okay, Unbreaking 3 is good, and Efficiency 3 is, you know, kind of mid, but I will take it. Alright, we'll definitely be back once we have more levels. For now, let's just throw our lapis in this chest. And before I forget, I want to run back down here and grab those diamonds that we left. My plan was to get them with the fortune pick, but you know, at least with Silk Touch we can bring them back to the base. Alright, let's see how many diamonds this is. It's at least 3, okay, maybe just 3. I'll take a dig around though, you never know, there could be more hiding. Okay, it looks like it was just the 3, but you know what, 3 more diamonds, I'll take it. And I just realized, now that we do have an anvil, we can finally use this name tag to name our dog. And I'm not even kidding, this dog saved us so many times that I have the perfect name for him. We're gonna call him the Goat. I think that's perfect, let's lock it in. Alright, come here little doggo, you are now the Goat. It's official. I think it's about time to finally use all the obsidian we gathered earlier, and I still do plan on building it right into the cliffside here. And I think we should be smart with this and plan it out with a different block, so maybe we just start off with some cobblestone, I think that'll work, and then once we're happy with the shape, we can replace it with obsidian. I spent way too long shaping this, but I think I'm finally happy with it now. And you can see if I just hop in here, I have the actual portal location just planned out using the cobblestone. And look at this, while I've been building, we got another wandering trader. Like, this isn't even a joke anymore, I don't know what's going on. And checking his trades once again, he doesn't really have anything that I'm that excited about, so just leave me alone please. Anyway, getting back to work, let's tear out this cobblestone and very carefully place the obsidian in. I don't want to misplace any of these as it's a little bit painful to have to tear back out. Also, I'm really hoping that I have enough. I could have done my math wrong, but I guess we'll see. Okay, I guess I could have made the whole thing quite a bit bigger. As you can see, it's all placed in, and I still have 28 obsidian left over. But before we actually light the whole thing up, there's just a few more details that I want to add. And we're just going to need a few materials, like for example these vines right here, and I also want to grab a bunch of leaves. And you might have already guessed, but I want to drape these over the portal just to give the whole thing like a really ancient and mysterious vibe. So let's also get some of these vines in here, and as they grow, it's going to look really, really cool. Maybe even do some like right here, maybe get a little bit more leaf action in here, you know, why not? I messed around with it for a bit, and I think something like this works. I'm trying really hard not to overdo it. Okay, but enough stalling, let's finally light this thing. And holy, that looks so cool. I'm really happy with how this came out. Okay, and just one thing before heading inside, let's just throw on these gold boots, make ourselves a little bit safer. Alright, but with that, let's jump in. And we got ourselves a pretty decent spawn in a crimson biome. And my main reason for coming in here was so that we could mine some quartz for XP so we can do some more enchanting. And I think I'll just mine until I'm level 33, that way we can enchant 2 different things. And while we're in here, let's also grab a bunch of lava, as I want to set up a lava farm later. But anyway, distractions aside, let's keep mining some quartz. And there we go, we're finally level 33, so let's get out of here. That's if I can find our portal though, I'm a little bit lost. Alright, let's get out of here. But now that we have some levels, let's try our luck with some enchanting. Maybe we can try like our shovel, that would give us unbreaking 3. What about our axe? Efficiency 3. Why does that seem like, that seems so bad. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try this pickaxe. Let's see. Okay, unbreaking 3 and, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, just unbreaking 3. Alright. We still have enough experience to enchant one more thing. Our sword is still just unbreaking 3. Let's try our axe. That'd be sharpness 3. Okay, interesting. What would our shovel get us? Fortune 2. Okay, I'm good on that. I'm gonna be honest, I am gonna put our pickaxe that we just enchanted through this grindstone, and then I want to try this again, I think, so let's put our pickaxe back in there. Fortune 2. Okay, Fortune 3 would be better, but I will definitely take Fortune 2. Okay, this is pretty nice. We can use this to break down those diamonds that we got. Where are you, diamonds? I think in this one. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's just place those down and then make sure we use our Fortune 2. Okay, let's break these down. Let's see how many we get. Are you kidding me? No, wait, that was, yeah, that's the Fortune one, right? What in the world? I didn't get any extra. Are you kidding me? This game does not like me right now. All right, let's just throw those back in there with the rest of our diamonds. And no way, look at this. Look at this. What is this game? Another wandering trader. This is so crazy. I hope somebody's been keeping track of how many we've gotten, because it is an absurd amount at this point. Like, what is going on? All right, you know what? I'm getting way too distracted. We only have a few more days before day 100, and there's still a few things that I want to tackle. The first of which is our tree farm here. This thing was kind of meant to be temporary, but it stayed here for a while, so I think I want to clean it up. So I think the first thing we should do is just cut down these trees, and then we can kind of see the area that we're working with a little bit better. All the trees have been chopped, so let's go ahead and get rid of these podzol dirt patches as well. I got the area all cleaned up, so I'm just getting to work on digging out some spots for some more permanent dirt patches. I'm liking the look of this. We have 8 spots cleared out for some trees, so let's get these filled back in with dirt. I have no idea why I didn't just do something like this to begin with, but anyways, there we go, tree farm is done. Even though it's already day 97, there's still one more thing that I want to make, and that is a building for our lava farm, and I'm thinking over here could be really good, but we just gotta flatten out a bit of a spot for it, so let me get that done. Okay, so I got the area flattened out, and I'm just working on building up the kind of like main shape of the walls. It's gonna be kind of small, but I want to go for almost like a castle look. I think that'll look really, really cool, especially for our lava farm. Okay, a bit of an issue though, I'm completely out of stone. That is not good. I have no time at all to build this thing. Okay, it should be okay. Let's just hop down into our mine, and I think we can just take out like a chunk of stone right here, and then we can use that to make our building. Okay, I got 4 stacks of stone. Let's get back to it. Oh man, we are going through this stone so quick, but I just want to build up these walls a little bit higher. And then this other part kind of sticking off of the side of it, I think can stay like a little bit lower, maybe just by like 1 block. Okay, and then let's turn maybe a stack of this into stone bricks. And then I think I just want to replace all of the corners with these stone bricks to make it look a little bit more reinforced. And I'm just going to do this for all of the corners. I feel like I'm speedrunning right now, but let's get these all placed in. Okay, there's no way that it is already day 99, but that's okay. I think we can do this. Just right now, I'm doing every other block, like alternating full blocks and slabs, just to give it that classic castle look. And of course, it's raining too, but anyways, let's do the exact same thing to this lower section as well. Oh my goodness, it's not just raining, it's thundering too. Okay, you know what? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay, let's just hope none of our houses burn down. I honestly cannot afford to sleep right now. I need the time, I need the time. Imagine we just get struck by lightning right now and the challenge ends just like that. That'd be so funny. And I'm getting attacked by skeletons too, please. Okay, I'm just working on the entrance of the building right now. Of course, there's an Enderman in here too. Oh my goodness, and I'm falling down. What is this game right now? Okay, I just want to add a classic, you know, crypto door design. So let's do some trapdoors just like that. Flip those. And we'll pop out here and we'll do door and door. And let's also just add a couple of lanterns in here to light up the area. What's up, Mr. Enderman? Do you like our castle? Yeah, you like it. Okay, so we're gonna need some cauldrons for the farm, so let's grab some of this iron. And then we'll of course turn that into, you know, actual cauldrons. And then I also need my dripstone, you know, the one useful thing that we got from one of the wandering traders. Okay, but back in our castle, let's get this set up. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then right above that, we need a row of full blocks. And then we'll do our dripstone right below that. And then just to hold in the lava, once we add it, let's do a row of slabs going right here. And then the last step, let's place in all of this lava that we got from the Nether. Okay, there we go. It is super simple, but our lava farm is done. But with that, let's sleep. I am so scared. This thunderstorm is insane. Okay, here we are on a much more peaceful day 100, and I just want to slow things down for a little bit and take a tour of everything that we built. So we of course have kind of the first thing that we built, which is our starter house. This thing is kind of basic, you know, but it was like the perfect size for us, and the interior came out super cozy. We of course have our little doggos, the goat over here, and our unnamed dog, but you know, maybe we'll give him a name eventually. Then right over here is our desk, and our bed should be here. I was just kind of carrying it on me for right now. But then we have our storage on either side, which is, you know, plenty for us. And then if we come out the back entrance here is where we have our giant sugarcane farm. I mean, this thing is so overkill. I don't know why I expanded it so much, but hey, you know what? It's a lot of sugarcane, so we'll never run out. Okay, and then right beside our starter house is probably my favorite build. I absolutely love how this barn came out. I've never tried adding like double doors like this, but it does look pretty cool. The interior itself is kind of on the basic side, but we have our cows over here and our sheep on the other side. Right next to our barn is our simple tree farm, and then right beside that is the castle that we just built. Okay, and I have to be honest with all of you, this is probably the worst castle that I've ever made, but you know, we built it in like what, 1.5 days, so I think I'm okay with it. And I mean, we did just build it, but of course we have our lava farm inside, and hey, look at this, it's already filling up, so it is working. But anyway, a little bit past all of that, we have this staircase right here, which of course brings us to our enchanting house. And now that I'm looking at it, this is probably another one of my favorite builds that we made. It's super cozy, but you know, also really functional. And then pretty much directly underneath of our enchanting house is where we have our mine entrance, which was super fun, especially using these shelves. I really like how those look. And further down the dock is where we have our nether portal, which is looking super awesome. As you can see, the vines have started to grow, so it's looking extra overgrown. And the sun is already beginning to set, but there was just one more build to point out, and that's the tiered crop farms on the other side of the water, and of course we have that dock that we built right below it. But now that it's dark, let's take one final sleep, and we'll have officially survived all 100 days. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you want to explore this world for yourself, you can get the world download on my Patreon or by joining as a tier 2 member on my YouTube channel. Before this creeper...